Hey all, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a video on do's and don'ts for dentures. I'm going to make this in a couple of parts because there's a lot to cover and I don't want to make the videos too long for you guys. Sorry if you hear my kids in the background. They're doing their thing after like 6 hours of schoolwork and homework I had to do with them. So it's been a little crazy that we're home. But there are do's and don'ts I want you guys to be aware of, especially if you're new with wearing dentures. Now, one of them is whether to keep your denture in your mouth overnight. A lot of people do, but there is a don't with that because keeping them in your mouth can cause infections and more mouth sores, and causing, bacteria levels will be higher. I mean, your gums do need to breathe and rest. You need to have good oral hygiene. You have a soft bristle brush and you brush your gums with regular toothpaste and you clean your gums very well. So resting is a big deal. I know a lot of people don't feel comfortable around their spouses or family or friends. So I understand that part, but taking out your dentures at night is a good thing. It will prevent a lot of things from happening. And you want to do what's best for your oral care because, I mean, we got our teeth out for a reason because we were so sick and tired of infections. And I mean, the infections, man, I don't want to have to go through that again. So I take mine out at night, every night. I take it out at 11 o'clock at night or sometimes 12. It really depends, between 10 and 12. And I also put them back in after my first cup of coffee in the morning. So usually around 8, depends. It really depends if I have anywhere to go or not. But good oral hygiene is a must. A lot of people think that now that their teeth are out, they don't have to brush their gums. You absolutely still have to brush. I mean, I have my 8 real bottom teeth, so I still, of course, have to brush them with toothpaste, make sure that they don't end up coming out with the rest of my teeth. So you want to make sure you get a regular toothpaste and you brush everything good, your gums, everything, roof of your mouth, good oral hygiene. And you can use a mouthwash or your doctor or dentist, because I got mine for my primary, but there's an antiseptic mouthwash prescription formula that you can do twice a day that kills the bacteria amazingly in your mouth and keeps yourself sane. Now, as far as adhesive goes, I like adhesive. I know I'm part of this guilty party, but the point of having, with having temporary dentures, you're going to need adhesive because your gums are shrinking so much that you need security so they don't slip and fall out or something happens. But in reality, when you have your permanent dentures and everything is fitting right, your muscles in your cheeks and jaw are actually supposed to be taught to keep your denture in place. And a lot of people just think, you just need to wear adhesive. No, actually, too much of something isn't good. But you really shouldn't always wear adhesive. I mean, temporary dentures, I totally get it. Your gums are going to be shrinking for months. But when it comes to being after a year and you're in your permanent dentures and everything's all good, you can use a soft free line like Denture Fit, which is an amazing soft free line you do at home. It's a silicone and it's like an awesome secure fit. Like once I'm out of these babies and I'm into my permanent ones, I'm using Denture Fit. But as of right now, for a soft beginner, cheap thing, I use Reline It. That it is $5 and it comes with 2 Reline kits. And you use it on your temporary dentures. It's so easy and it's so helpful because if I didn't have it, no way these things would be staying in because my gums shrink amazingly. It's like 2.5 months, maybe a little bit more now, I lost count, of when I got my extractions and these put in, and my gums have shrunk a lot. But adhesive is supposed to be for like emergencies or once you're in your permanent dentures, that is, and prevent slipping. Yes, it is a great secure fit. Like I use Fix It and Ultra, and these, they ain't budging unless I want them out. And they're actually the easiest I know to take off adhesive. I just swoosh like 4 times with like a little bit, like a hot water and salt, salt. So I rinse that out really well and it disappears. So, I mean, it's awesome because adhesive, unless it's secure brands that's waterproof, all adhesives besides secure are, they melt in water. So you don't have to like pull out your teeth and risk scraping it with your nail or however you try to get your adhesive off your mouth. They literally just keep swishing with water and it dissolves. So, I mean, as far as that goes, it's actually pretty easy to get adhesive off because a lot of people don't realize that. It does take a little bit of time, but I'd rather do that because I was like digging it out and trying to peel it out, and it was just hurting my gums instead. And I don't want to mess up my mouth. But when it comes to adhesive, you definitely want to use as little as much as you can. You don't want to do over it. Don't go too far back in your palette, because then when you push down and you get it in there, you're going to have spillage and it tastes like crap. So you definitely don't want to do that. I like the Scope Fix-A-Dent too because it's got a very thin nozzle and you can literally just make thin line all the way around your denture and palette, and you're using a little bit less than you would with the big bulky thick strips. So you could do it that way. Also, as I was saying in my other video, do not use mouthwash on your denture. I see a lot of people saying they're soaking their teeth in mouthwash. Do not. It is filled with alcohol, which is bad for our dentures. It is abrasive and it can damage your denture. So do not use mouthwash, alcohol, or peroxide on your denture itself. Do whatever you want in your mouth, but not your denture. Also, too, when it comes to hard foods, now people say they can eat whatever they want. I've seen people say they eat nuts. You need to understand that if you eat nuts, apples, stuff like that, you can break your denture. And it even says through every denture site, do not eat anything hard. They can break. And we all don't want that. We kind of need to live. So if we go out in public, we like to have our dentures not broken or have to repay for a new one. And I also see a lot of people, and this is a big don't. Do not try to fix your denture yourself. Do not try to horseshoe your denture yourself. Because if you have a warranty on your denture, if you don't have a warranty, then you know what? Do it at your own risk, and just know that if you break your denture, you're screwed and you have to pay for a new denture. But if you have a warranty on your denture and you're going to horseshoe your denture, your warranty is automatically voided. Nobody can touch or fix that denture without the people of your warranty. So if you try to horseshoe your denture because you don't like the palate part, it's making you gag or whatever it is, do not do it yourself. Ask your dentist to do it. Personally, I would not horseshoe my denture unless I had implants. Because once you take away the palate, you're taking away the suction, which is why nobody likes their bottom denture, because it floats on top and nothing is suctioning to keep it down. Once you get rid of that palate on the top, it's just going to fall down. It's not even resting on your gum anymore. So, I mean, it's a big risk to horseshoe your denture if you don't have implants. I mean, if you have, like, say, 3 implants, one, and one on your front, and you have the snap-ons or whatever it is, horseshoe, yeah, go for it. You don't even need the palate then, definitely. That's what they do anyways, horseshoe. But do not horseshoe your denture without your dentist's help because you're not a professional. And if you do try it, just know that it voids your warranty, and it's a big chance because it is your first time. You're probably going to mess up. You're going to lose suction. If you don't break your denture, you're going to lose suction, clearly, because you're taking off the palate. So it's a risk. You're actually going to make it worse for yourself. So just know that if you do it, you're doing it at your own risk. You can ruin the warranty you paid for. Because I know this one person that tried horseshoeing it. Now, I warned her. She had a 7-year warranty. She paid for it. She wanted to horseshoe her denture because she just didn't like the palate. She wasn't even gagging. She just didn't like the palate. And she didn't want to get used to it. It was like 3 weeks in, and from extractions. And what she did was she did the horseshoe, messed it up, cracked it completely down, and had another friend that did it that nothing was working. Adhesive didn't work. Nothing was staying up, and it just kept falling down every time they ate. And they had ended up buying all new dentures. And that sucks so bad. It did take me about 2 months to get used to having a palate, a hard thing right there, because it's really annoying. It didn't mess with my speech. It didn't mess with, gagging. I never gagged or anything with dentures. But I definitely hate that feeling. I hate that palate there. But, I've gotten way more used to it. Most of the time, I don't even notice my dentures in my mouth. I think if you use a good adhesive, like I use Fix-A-Dent Ultra, it keeps it insecure. So even when I eat, nothing moves. So it almost feels like it's my real teeth. And that's pretty much what you want to go for. But if you do horseshoe your denture, please just know it's a big risk. You can lose your warranty. They will void it because you ruined it. So if you think that, I have a warranty and, I'm going to try it and, if anything happens, they'll fix it. Nope, they won't even do it anymore. You have to pay for an all new denture. So just be careful. If you want to horseshoe something, look into getting implants. You can get mini implants, which are cheaper, but talk to your dentist. Tell them your do's and don'ts and what you like and you don't like. If your dentist isn't listening to you, find a different dentist who does. And I even tell people with my autoimmune friends, if you do not have a doctor or dentist that listens to you, find one that does. Because we pay them to do a job. That's what they're supposed to do. We don't work for them, they work for us. So if they can't help us out and us come with a solution, then I'll find somebody that will work with me. So just remember that. And you can always take a little bit off your back. It's going to take time. It does take time to get used to dentures. So if you just got your denture done, like you just got them, give it time. It even all over online says it could take about a couple months or so to get used to it. The more you talk out loud, the more you do things, the quicker you get used to things. So definitely keep that in mind. If you try to horseshoe your denture, be careful doing so because it's a big chance you're going to mess it up. I mean, I know successfully some people have done it, but I know some people that did not successfully, and they were really upset that they had to spend about $4,000 for new dentures that they didn't have. What else? Also, don't use toothpicks. I had this one friend about 2 weeks ago. He was trying to get something, because sometimes even I get stuff caught in here, but it literally takes 2 seconds. But if you use toothpick, you can actually break it or fracture something over here or wherever, and it can actually cause damage. So don't use toothpicks. You can easily just take a soft bristle brush and just go like this, and it comes right out because there's no other end. Unless you purposely put a gap in your tooth, in your denture, but there is no other end. So it's not going to get lodged or anything like that. So you could just take a soft bristle brush and smoothly just go across and it'll come out. Do not use toothpicks. As far as cleaning, you want to use a denture toothpaste. A lot of people just say they use Polydent, but that's not really doing anything. All it is an antibacterial. It's like a denture mouthwash. I mean, when you had your teeth, would you just only use mouthwash? No, you would have a toothpaste and then you would mouthwash. And that's the same concept with having dentures. There are denture toothpaste, like I use Fresh and Bright. I mean, I've told you guys that many times. And there is a Polygrip one called, it's a denture cream. I forgot the exact name for it, but I'm sure somebody will tell me. And there are other people that make it. Fresh and Bright is American Dental Association approved, but it's a denture paste. You use very little, goes a long way because you really don't need that much. And it bubbles up and you can clean all around just like you would your normal teeth. But you would do with your denture. Take it out, hold it, and just scrub all around nicely. Go all the way around. It cleans it completely. Polydent is not a actual denture paste. It is like mouthwash for dentures. That's what it is. It's an antibacterial tablet you drop in the water and you leave it in there for either overnight or 5 minutes or whatever the tablet is for. And it's an antibacterial. You could take your brush, your denture brush, and you can brush the Polydent with that to make sure it's cleaning antibacterial inside everywhere. But it is not a denture paste. So that means that you're going to have tartar buildup. I've seen it happen. I've recently just seen people talk about that. And you need to understand you want to control the tartar. You can still get tartar buildup, plaque buildup, and all of that. The only thing you can't get is cavities with dentures. But all the other problems you can still have with dentures. So cleaning is 100% must. Your oral care, honestly, I want to be real. I probably do more with having dentures than I did with my teeth. Like my teeth, I would brush my teeth, mouthwash, be done. No, with this, I have to soak, do all that stuff, let it sit, scrub that, then denture paste, scrub that, let it soak overnight, brush my gums, make sure that's all clean, sanitized, brush those. Then I have to mouthwash that too. So I'm actually doing double now because everything is separate than it was when everything was together. So I know a lot of people think that once you get dentures, oral care is a lot less. No, it's actually double because you got to brush and mouthwash your mouth, and then you got to brush and Polydent your dentures. So you're really doing double the work now. So, sorry, I'm just trying to see what other things I can talk to you guys about. Ah, that's another thing. A lot of people, I was guilty of this in the beginning because you're not used to it. You bite down a lot. You move your tongue, you do all that. Just know if you put a certain pressure down, it can fracture your denture. Like if some people like mess with their tongue onto the back palate or, bite down and try to move around their denture and all that, just know you can break your denture doing that. You need to be careful. Try not to mess with it if possible because people seem to think it's indestructible and they're not. They are more susceptible to break than natural teeth by like 10 times more. So that's why they say don't eat bagels, don't eat nuts, don't eat apples, like don't bite into it like that. Even though I did bite into a peach, but it was softer than what an apple was because I like it when they're soft and squishy. But there are things that are do's and don'ts with dentures that you have to understand they're not real teeth. So please be careful. I'd rather do videos like this to help people and give them the information because, I was new with this and I had no freaking idea what I was doing. Like I was winging it. I was watching every YouTube video in God's creation and trying to get help from these support groups to see how the hell am I supposed to do this? Especially when you're new. You don't know what's going on. You're scared to death because you're getting all these extractions done. You're more worried about that, but you also have to be prepared. And I did make videos on being prepared before you get extractions done. So you are prepared for anything that happens and comes your way. But please make sure you take care of yourself. Good oral hygiene. Follow what your dentist says. And please try not to mess with your dentures and try to do adjustments yourself because you can break them if you're not really sure what you're doing. And I'd rather you guys not have to pay thousands of more dollars. I would feel really bad. So I do these videos try to help other people because I was in your shoes and it sucked. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. So please make sure you take care of yourself, especially right now with this virus going around, that you really want to make sure that you're okay. So good denture cleaning is always best. Do what's best for you and your health. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, me or anybody in the denture community. Everybody's so helpful and so amazing that, you don't have to worry about judgment. And that's amazing. I love people in this community because they're so caring. And so if you have any questions, you want to talk about anything, message me, comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and like if you want to see more videos from me that I'm going to be doing now that I have more time in my hands. And anybody has anything that they want me to do, just let me know. Have a good night, all. I hope you have a good, happy, healthy denture day. God bless.